Thank you for that lovely introduction and a very warm welcome to all of you who are joining us for this webinar. Very briefly, before I take you through and tell you all about this amazing company with fantastic products and business, let me very briefly introduce myself to you. As you know, my name is Laura Zimmern. I'm originally from Ireland, but I now live in southwest London with my husband and my 3 young children. My background, up until 6.5 years ago, it was in traditional business. I had a recruitment company in Ireland and moved to the UK and had a yoga business for 8 years with my sister-in-law. So health and well-being has always been something I've been incredibly passionate about and love. And then 6.5 years ago, I found myself in a position that many women find themselves in. I was at home with 3 young kids, 3 under the age of 3.5, and I was at that stage where my husband and I are having conversations about me getting back to work. But here was the thing: I've only ever worked for myself, and I didn't have a business idea. I didn't have any investment to get a business going. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. The idea of a job filled me with dread, not because I was afraid of hard work or anything, but more because it would mean putting my kids into childcare, commuting in and out of London. And really, when I ran the maths on how better off I'd be at the end of every month, it wasn't that much better. So that was when I was introduced to network marketing. And I have to be honest, I always tell people that I did not look at it with the most open eyes. I was actually really reluctant to take a look. It took me nine months to actually come and sit on a webinar like you guys are on this evening. So I always applaud people when they just hop on and hear what things are about, because I was resistant. But when I did look and I did listen to what was going on, I thought, actually, here is an opportunity for me to build something around my children. It was a way for me to get an income in without having to go back to work, without having to put them into childcare. And fast forward to today, for the last 6.5 years, I've been able to work within the parameters of young children. When it was nursery, now it's school life, and being able to build a successful business. So I'm going to be talking to you tonight about 3 things. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the company background, why we are in the network marketing field, tell you about the amazing products we have, in particular one of our flagship product that's a real breakthrough in science. And I'm also going to look at the opportunity. What I would say to you, it's already been said, if you're just here to look at the product, fantastic. Come and look at the product. Think about who else you know who would benefit from it. Trust me, lots of people are benefiting from this. If the business is of interest to you, that is also fantastic. But take from this what you wish. Now, starting with the company, the reason I like to start and give you an overview on the company is a lot of the time we get asked, well, why is it a network marketing company? Why is it sold through this route? And I suppose the company story really kind of goes back to 2001 when the product was launched. It was sold through the retail sector in the equivalent of like CVS and Walgreens, which is like Boots and Superdrug here in the UK. And the product had a sort of limited amount of success. But then in 2005, the ABC primetime news channel came along excuse me, and said, we would like to run an investigative report on this product. We hear that it's doing all sorts of things. So fairly punchy and brave move of a company. And they went, okay, sure, go and have a go. If you haven't actually watched this report, we can get it to you after this evening's webinar. But the upshot was that the investigative reporter's own oxidative stress was reduced by a whopping 45% in 16 days. And they also showed a study where they could no longer distinguish the blood of an 80-year-old from that of a newborn baby. When the broadcast went out, there was a huge amount of interest. In fact, it sparked a whole host of interest from academic institutes. And fast forward to today, there's now 22 independent peer-review published studies on this product. So why are we in network marketing? Well, the company enjoyed a small bit of success after that broadcast, but they continued to go down the route of selling through retail and online. And in late 2009, fairly frustrated, the team, the corporate team, the board of directors brought in a team of consultants to take a look at this and said, look, how can we move this product? And they took one look at the research that had been done at that point in time, along with the ABC primetime report, and they said, this is a product that needs to be moved through a network. This is a belly-to-belly conversation. This is one person sharing their experience with another. And the company flipped the switch, and in a very short period of time, the company went from doing, actually it was $5 million in 2009 to $200 million a year. So pretty impressive. And that's why we move it through this particular network. Now, moving on to the product. And for me, I'm here because of the product. I've spent 8 years working in the yoga industry. I've trained as a nutritional therapist, so I absolutely love health and well-being. And it was when I heard that this product, Protandim, was clinically proven to lower oxidative stress by an average of 40%, in some cases a lot more than that, in 30 days. I wanted to find out more about it. So the product itself has been developed through something called nutrigenomics, and that's really the study of how nutrition and then naturally occurring compounds affect and alter our genes in a positive way. So to really kind of understand how powerful Protandim is, I guess we need to go and ask ourselves, what is oxidative stress? Why do we want to avoid it? And who has it? Well, first thing is everybody has it. I often get told by people that they eat organic and they're really healthy. And I go, look, if you breathe and you eat, which we all do because we're all still around, then you're going to be producing oxidative stress. Every time we convert energy in a cell from food or oxygen, it will combust and little free radicals will get set loose. And over time, these free radicals damage our cellular health. They damage the structure of our health. And nowadays, we're so much more exposed to oxidative stress. If you wind back the clock 100 years ago, 1 in 30 of us were getting cancer. Unfortunately, today, that's 1 in 3. And it's down to our diet, it's down to all the external environmental influences that are out there. Even those who are super healthy are still being exposed to that. Now, another thing is that, 6 years ago, they had done about 40,000 studies on oxidative stress and the damage it causes. Now there's over 168 published studies, and they have confirmed that there are over 200 illnesses and diseases that are caused by the damage of our cells from oxidative stress. You can see why we're excited about this product and why we want to get out there and share it. Now, what I want to explain is a little bit about what the product does. So I'm going to get a bit scientific. And when I first heard this, I was blown away, because when I first heard about Protandim, I thought, I think it's just an antioxidant. Isn't that what antioxidants do? And that's what a lot of people think, but it's not an antioxidant. It's called an NRF2 synergizer or a NRF2 activator. So what happens when you take a Protandim, which by the way is completely natural, 5 natural herbs and flowers that are used in Ayurvedic and naturopathic medicine, but in the right blend, in a synergistic blend, when you take it, it turns on your bodies and it upregulates your own body's ability to produce some key enzymes. So and as we get older, we produce less of these enzymes. So I love using the analogy of take a newborn baby. Imagine its body as a factory with 1,000 workers working 24/7 to neutralize all the free radicals. Highly efficient. That's why babies don't age, they grow. Around about 20, imagine that factory starts to lay off 100 workers. And thereafter, every decade, it lays off 100 workers. So you get to my age, mid-40s, and you've only got 600 workers doing the work of what was once upon a time a workforce of 1,000. That's what oxidative stress is, okay? What Protandim does is effectively mobilize those workers back to work. So you can repopulate that factory with people. And I also get people saying to me, but I take antioxidants. And I said, well, the reality is that 99% of the free radicals in our body can only be neutralized by enzymes that our body produces. It's not something that we can supplement. So Protandim mobilizes the production of 3 enzymes. One of those is SOD, superoxide dismutase. And to put it into perspective, when you take Protandim, it increases the production of SOD by around about 34%, in some cases a little bit more. But if you take a bowl of blueberries, say a 3-ounce bowl of blueberries, it's going to neutralize around about 7,000 free radicals, whereas 1 molecule of SOD is going to neutralize 1 million free radicals per second all day, every day. So again, a great analogy is taking an antioxidant is a bit like trying to put out a house fire with a glass of water. Taking Protandim is like having a fire hose in every room of the house. Now you're going to hear a little bit from some people who've been taking the product and been getting lots of results. And what we can't do is we cannot claim that this prevents, mitigates, cures, or treats any illnesses or diseases. But what we do know is that it will slow down the aging process of your body. It will allow you age on a cellular level more gracefully. It's going to help you sleep better. It's going to improve your energy levels. It's going to increase your recovery time from exercise. So we get a lot of high-level athletes love this product. It doesn't go building muscle, but what it does do is it means your muscles recover so you can get back and do more exercising. And also it helps people with aches and pains. So people ask me who should be on it. I go, everybody over 20. And again, if you look at modern medicine, it's all about intervention. We wait for something to go wrong, and then we go looking for the answer. Whereas this is a really good investment in your long-term health and well-being plan, opposed to having a sickness plan, which is just treat yourself when you're sick. So that is our flagship product. That's why the company literally went from $3 million to $200 million in a very short period of time, is because of the power that this product has. You'll also see there in the picture there's something called Protandim Synergizer NRF1. That is yet to come to the UK. That is going to come here in May, and that creates a pathway to the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of your cells. I'm not going to go into that now because that's on its way. And the full range, this is the full range in North America. We have right now the skincare range here that's based around cosmogenomics, which is again working on your cells, on your DNA, on your skin from the outside in. And it's a beautiful range. I encourage everyone to try it. You'll see a noticeable difference within 30 days of using that product. And over the next 12 months, we can look forward to getting our weight management system and our energy. So that's our product range. You're going to hear some testimonials in a short bit from people who are using those. And what I would say to you is, if that grabbed your attention, you may want to think about trying it, but you might also be thinking about who could also be on these products, who else would benefit from it. So what I want to talk to you now is about the opportunity, because we launched here in the UK in March of last year, 2016, and we're looking for people who want to get out and share this business and these products with people. So what is building a business with LifeVantage all about? Well, it's focused around building networks, and we effectively build two networks. One is a network of customers, and these are people who love our product, take our product on a regular basis. And then we have people who are a network of distributors, and those are people who again take the product, but they're also sharing the products and the business opportunity with others. So if you want to become a customer, a Protandim customer, it's £43.50 a month, and that is delivered to your door, so it's less than a cup of coffee a day. If you want to look at becoming a distributor, you can get started on the Freedom Pack. That's £182, and that comes with 3 Protandim, and a skincare product. So something for you to start using yourself and also start sharing the product. Also comes with personalized LifeVantage website. So don't worry, you're not about to become a delivery salesperson. When people want the product, they order from your website and it gets delivered directly to their door. So you might be in London like I am, and you've got a friend in Aberdeen who wants the product. Simply, they order today, the company delivered direct to them, and a week later you'll get paid into your bank account. Now, if you're somebody who just wants to show the products, I'd say focus on the Freedom Pack. However, if you're somebody who wants to go out and build a big business, and we'll look about what's possible, then I would encourage you to look at the Vantage Pack or the Platinum Pack, because you then get your hands on more product to go out and share with people, and you also get paid on the full compensation plan. You get to benefit from that whole system. So how do you get paid? Well, how does it work? Well, there's effectively 2 types of income with LifeVantage. One is linear income, and one is residual income. So let me start by explaining linear income. Linear income is income that you do today that you paid for within the next week. So in the world outside of LifeVantage, linear income is if you're a PAYE employee, whether you're being paid an hourly rate or a weekly rate or a salary, that is work that if you do today, you're going to get paid for. Okay. Now, how does our linear income work? Well, every time you introduce a new customer to the product, the company is going to pay you around about between 30 and 40% upfront commission, and that's paid a week later. And every time you help a new distributor get started in the business, the company will pay you again. So if you introduce somebody on the Freedom Pack, you'll earn £54.75. If you get them started on the Vantage or the Platinum Pack, you'll earn a further £127 or £301. So that's income that you get paid today. But network marketing, and specifically with LifeVantage, is about building a long-term residual income or a royalty style income. And taking J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, she wrote those books, 15, 20 years ago, and she is still being paid today. If you and I order off Amazon or in Waterstones, she is going to get paid into her bank account every month or every quarter by her agent who is monitoring the sales. Same as Paul McCartney, who's written lots of hits since the 60s. He has been continued to be paid for that work. Well, this is how you can build an income generating asset. So something that you do the work today, but you'll be paid in the future. So just touching briefly on these income streams, because you're probably looking at this slide going, what does this all mean? But the royalty income on the left there, let's just say you start off. And this is a perfect example, and life is never perfect, but let's just say you introduce 5 distributors and they all go out and they use one pot of pretend themselves and they refer 4 customers each. You're going to generate PV amount, that's personal volume amount of 200 a month. Okay, now your residual income for just introducing those people and those people going off and getting their customers is going to be £14.60 a month. Not a life-changing amount of income. In fact, over a year, it might cover the cost of the TV license. But this business is about teaching others to share the products and share the opportunity. Let's say those 5 all go out and find 5 more people, again with 4 customers and using the product themselves, and your residual income on that is suddenly £182 a month. Now, that's moving into a slightly more interesting area. That's an extra maybe £1,200 a month. That may not be doable in your day job. You might have to work a lot more hours to do that, but that's residual income. And you can see again, if all 5 introduce 5, you're going to get to 125, and you're suddenly moving into what would become more of a full-time income. So that's one idea of how you can generate a royalty income. You also get a generational match bonus. What does that mean? Well, the company will pay you a matching bonus on the people you introduce and the first 4 generations that they introduce, which is pretty exciting. And we've also got something called the elite pools, which is effectively profit share. So when you get to the level of Pro 7 and above, which is your organization turning over $100,000 a month in volume, and I don't want you to think $100,000 a month in volume, that's not you on your own moving that amount of Protandem. That's about a lot of people doing a little bit, sharing, introducing friends, family, people they care about to the product. But when you get to that level, you're going to earn monthly 1% of the company's entire global profit pool, which is pretty exciting, because you might be in Huddersfield or Staffordshire, and there might be somebody building hard in Mexico. You're actually going to benefit from a percentage of that. So that's how you can build an income generating asset, and we have a full compensation plan that you can be directed to that explains those in a little bit more detail. But I remember winding back the clock to my own experience 6.5 years ago when I looked at my first company. I kind of came in because I figured if I could earn around £400 or £500, that was the difference between me going back to work, having to commute in and out of the city, and have a really, really difficult time juggling childcare, doing all of those things. That was how much better off I was going to be at the end of the month. And that's what I came in for. And I got myself to that level, and I was shown how to move through the ranks and how to build a business. So People often say to me, well, is it worth it? And I'll say, well, you know what? Is it worth putting the next 5 years in, putting 10 to 15 hours a week of really focused, disciplined time into building what is effectively a pension for yourself? We sometimes balk at the idea of working hard for 5 years when actually most of us stay in jobs for 40 years. So is it worth it? And I remember at the time talking to my husband going, well, you know what, I can make some calls when they're having naps. When we go to play groups, I get to chat to other women. And when they're asleep in the evening, I can do stuff. And obviously my time's changed because my kids have grown up. I don't know who's listening to this. So maybe you have a day job. Maybe you're thinking, actually, if I got up half an hour earlier, I could do some work on Facebook. We have a great way of communicating with people on Facebook. Maybe if you're in that job, it's bring a packed lunch so you're more organized at lunchtime and you can find half an hour to make some calls. Maybe it's, you know what, I'm going to give up watching EastEnders and I'm going to use that time to make those calls, or maybe turn off the football and put a little bit of effort in. 95% of the people who work with LifeVantage, our distributors, build this part-time around whether it's family, career, university, or a combination of all of those. So ask yourself, where would you like to be in 5 years when you've been shown how to work this? In terms of timing, why now? Well, as a company, we've been through the foundational stages. The product has been developed. The science has been proven. It's been proven 22 times to be precise. The corporate team are in place. The comp plan is in place. The infrastructure is there. And we're literally on the crest of going into momentum. All the signals are there. One thing I would say to anybody who's looking at any business opportunity, whether it's LifeVantage or another network marketing business or any business, is you need to look at a couple of key things. And one is the product. I always rate opportunities by, is the product unique? First of all, I would say yes. We're the only NRF2 activator that is clinically proven to lower oxidative stress. Is it proven? Absolutely, 22 studies. Second thing I would say is the compensation plan. Does the money add up? Now, here's the thing. If you do not have customer retention, you're not going to generate an financial asset. You're not going to generate something that gives you income month in, month out for the rest of your life. We have 82% customer retention here at LifeVantage, which means that people stay on the product and you will see your business grow. We've also got amazing corporate leadership as well as field leadership, and timing is key. We launched in the UK and the Dutch market in March of last year, and we are literally, it's early days. No one has heard of us, which is a great thing. I often say, if somebody came up to you and said, look, I found the cure for cancer, it's a business, do you want it? And you go, yes, but actually 99.9% of people in the world don't have cancer anymore. It's no longer an opportunity. And maybe that's not a good example, but what I'm saying is this is timing-wise an amazing opportunity. As a question I asked myself was, can I do this? And it's something people always say to me is, how? Well, like any good business, we have a system. Like all the great franchise businesses that are highly duplicatable, that work is because we have a system. And my question when people say is, can I do this? Is, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to be coachable? We talked about 5 years to achieving a long-term pensionable style income. And I would say, are you willing to learn? And I always hold up my hand. When I came into network marketing, I had been in business at that stage for close to 20 years, and I thought it was a bit of a know-it-all. I'll be honest with you. I genuinely thought I knew it all. And I spent about a month doing it my own way and realized I was clearly doing it wrong. And then I went and attended a training and I followed the people who were successful. And I realized if I'm going to be successful in this, I need to be coachable. So we have a system in place. We teach the newest person how to get started. There's ongoing direct mentorship on a one-to-one basis. There's leadership training, and there's ongoing support, not just for distributors, but also for customers. You might have listened to what I said tonight and thought, my word, she was talking about SOD and catalase and glutathione. I'll never, ever learn all of that. And let me tell you, everything I've shared with you tonight is scripted. I haven't read it tonight because I've been doing it for 11 months, but in the early days I did. So there is absolutely everything in place to help you get started. So I said it at the very beginning, and I'm going to say it again. My job, whenever people say, what is your job? I say, well, my job is just to share the value of the LifeVantage products and business opportunity with people. And it's up to you to see where you want to get in and where you fit in. So what I always say to people is, if you need more information, if you're sitting here scratching your head saying, I've taken on a lot, if you need more information, get back in touch with the person who invited you onto this. Tell them what information you need. If it's more information on the product, we can get you the right sources of information. If it's on the business, again, we'll get you to the right information. Maybe you're somebody who's saying, look, I really want to try this product. Well, absolutely. I encourage everybody to try Protandim for a minimum of 3 months. And that's not some clever sales technique. That's purely because it's a natural supplement. We have some people who, within days, are seeing amazing differences. I was one of those people. It took me 6 weeks to see a change, but I'm a celiac. I have one kidney and I suffer from neuropathy. I've always been prone to headaches and sinusitis, and within 6 weeks I was sleeping like a baby. My neuropathy was, I always say, 95% better. My energy levels through the roof, and it took me about 4 months to realize that I hadn't had any sinuses, and it was just that subtle change. So if you want to become a customer, I really encourage you, commit for 3 months to see those changes. And again, you might be sitting here thinking, well, I don't have all the questions, but what I do know is I would like to be a part of this. I would like to learn. I would like to be shown how to go and build a business. Well, if that is you, then we welcome you on board. Whatever level you want to get in, whatever stage you want to join us at, we welcome you. You're really, really welcome. And I'm going to hand back to your host, who is going to finish and going to share some amazing testimonials with you this evening.